Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to Paint by Monster with me, your host, Easel Monster. Hey, Danielle Lakes is already watching. Hello, Danielle Lakes. I assume that means Emily Ruth Lakes is also watching. Eating and watching, that's a nice thing to do together. Don't we all love sitting on the couch and watching television and eating things? Don't we all love to just sit there and eat? Ugh, one of my favorite things. I love to sit on the couch, watch television, and eat a bag of barbecue potato chips. I can't keep myself away from them if I have them in the house. It's, I think I got that from my mom. I think maybe. Hi, Danielle and Emily and Isaac. Well, anyway, welcome to Paint by Monster, the art show where me, your host, a monster artist, will draw some pictures of monsters for you, and today I'll play some show and tell with you, and, but let's get to drawings. Oh, also, for 2 days now, I have promised you that, hi, two people, that I would tell you the most important art rule of all time. And for 2 days in a row now, I haven't done it. So today, if I can remember, hi, three people, I will tell you the most important art rule of all time, if I remember. But meanwhile, hey, let's find out how many monsters we're drawing today, and let's draw some monsters, okay? Here we go, hang on. Also, let me get some music on, because, you know, I sort of like for us to have some music going when we're here together. So let's start this. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. So, hey, by the way, while we're here, let me tell you that you can now buy Paint by Monster merchandise if you will go to paintbymonster.com. There's all kinds of stuff for sale there. Hey, how you doing? How many monsters are we going to draw today? Katie Wright is watching. Hello, Katie Wright. Nice to see you. 5 monsters today. That is all of my fingers plus 1 finger. That is a lot of fingers. Oh, 5 monsters. Well, before we get to the 5 monsters, here is one of the things that you can buy at paintbymonster.com. This is a Paint by Monster button. Little picture of me on there, Easel Monster. It says, go make some art. That's the theme of the show. 4 people. Anyway, art. How much are they? I think they're $2, if I remember right. I don't know. Maybe they're $3. I like a $3 button. Anyway, 5 monsters. Let's see. Now also, remember, boys and girls, part of the reason that I want us to get together, let me turn this music down, it's because I want you to learn to use your imagination. What is this? What is this thing? What might it be? What does it look like? So here's monster number 1. No idea. I'm just sort of smashing down some, I'd like to, let's see, scritch some of this across. It's just sort of right there in the middle. Isn't that blobby? It's nothing. That doesn't have enough. There we go. All right. That has something maybe going on. I don't know. Jiminy. What might that thing be? All right. Here. So this is going to be monster number 1. You know, we might do some painting today, too. I don't know. Hi, 4 people. This is going to be number 1. By the way, this stuff I'm using here, this is just a chip brush. And I'm using some India ink mixed with water. They call that wash. W-A-S-H. For those of you learning to spell, wash. And I'm just sort of slopping it down there on the paper. What does this look like to you? I mean, aside from a mess, which is obvious, but what does that look like? I don't know. Oh, well, it bled through. What? Why? Gee, this is going to have the same sort of a flow. Let's just go ahead and use this paper. We got 5 monsters to draw. So, monster number 2. You know, try to be scary with your marks. Ooh, that's scary. That's scary, too. All right, monster number 2. High five, people. How you doing? I'm drawing monsters. This is Paint by Monster. My name's Easel Monster. And I get together with you and live stream and draw pictures with you. I'm trying to set this brush down. I'm just going to have to set it right here. And, you know, if I make a mess, I make a mess. It's okay with me. So, Paint by Monster. At 11 o'clock live. Right? What is he doing? Do something. I'm trying to do something. I was getting over here to the computer so that you could see me. Maybe we could visit for a second. We're going to play show and tell here in just a minute. The show and tell I have set up for us is this. I want to talk today about one of my favorite artists in history. He lived in the... Well, he lived in the 1800s. His name was Vincent van Gogh. You've probably heard of him. But there is a website that I will leave in the description that has a bunch of Van Gogh's work for public domain. You could print these things out. And you could hang them on your wall. Hi, 6 people. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Also, one of the things that I want to talk to you about while we are together today is I want to show you this up here. Take a look at this. Do you see here, because the photographer did such a nice job of capturing the thickness of the paint that Van Gogh often used. And he did this more and more the older he got. In fact, you know, Van Gogh made... by the way, this painting is... hang on. Here's the whole painting. The thickness of paint on the painting is called impasto. You don't have to remember that. There won't be a quiz. This is called Wheat Field with Cypress. Wheat Field with Cypress. Isn't that lovely? Hey, Clay. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for your comments. I missed you, too. But, you know, I had stuff going on. Take a look at this. Wheat Field with Cypress. Oh my gosh. Vincent van Gogh. I think he did this in 1887. Right? Okay. This is another one that you're probably really, really familiar with. This is The Starry Night. Some people say The Starry, Starry Night. I don't know why, but doesn't matter. And I think there's a few of these. I also think you can see a fair representation of Van Gogh's very face right here in the setup of the positioning of the eyes and what would be teeth inside of a skull. Hey Seth, nice to see you 7 people. But that's just my weird monsterly conjecture. I made a video about that, but it's beautiful. And this is one of those World Heritage sorts of pieces of art. I mean, my goodness. This is just one of the most beautiful things of all time. Isn't it? I think it is. Hang on. What kind of a monster do you think would live in this town? Right here. You have an idea? I don't know. I think is that the whole painting? Oh, okay, all right. Whole painting. One more, and then we'll go back and make some more monsters. Hey, 7 people. Nice to see all of you. Right, hang on. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Paint by Monster with me, your host, Easel Monster. If you're just joining us here on this Paint by Monster Live, we are painting 5 monsters today. And monster number 1 so far looks like... Oh, that's monster number 2. Monster number 1 is down on the floor drying. We'll get back to this and see what this actually is. Right now we're playing show and tell with Vincent van Gogh, my favorite artist who lived, like I said, back in the 1890s. Or excuse me, well, he was painting it. 1887 was when he painted that wheat field picture. He painted about 2,100 paintings in his whole lifetime. and most of them in the last 2 years of his life. This is one of my all-time favorites. That's not really well known. Emily says a dog monster would live there. Thank you, Emily, for your comment. Thank you, Danielle, for typing in Emily's comment, since Emily's not really typing yet. Thank you, Emily. Hello, Emily. I love you, Emily Roos. This is the Sunflower in 1887, and I love this because I love that Van Gogh said, oh, hang on, these things, there we go. I love that Van Gogh was exploring the color in here as well as the texture. Just look at how he was using paint to say reality on this. This is just one of the most beautiful things ever, I think, in my opinion. Anyway, you know, what do I know? It's monster talk. The Sunflower, 1887. All right, let's get back to our monster number 2. Let's make monster number 3, shall we? We have to get rid of monster number 2. So let's do that. Monster number 2. Goodbye, monster number 2. We'll come back to you in a moment. And maybe Emily will be right. Maybe we will have a dog monster that lived in that Starry Night town. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, monster number 3 can look like this. You know, we'll make the edges nice and pretty, like that. Oh, don't get on the drip. I think the drip might be the magic part of this one. We'll see. Hi, Melissa Blevins Foster. Hey, 9 people. Hi, Pam Kuiper. Nice to see everybody. Thank you for your time today. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is monster number 3. And what do you think? Sometimes it's hard for me to pick up a pencil. What do you think this one looks like? What does that look like to you? What kind of a monster might that be? My goodness. I don't know. We'll have to come back and see. This one is monster. I'll put it right down here. Monster number 3 today. We're doing 5 monsters today, remember? 5 monsters. 5 monsters today. Remember, you can go to paintbymonster.com and you can buy Paint by Monster merchandise. You can buy this button. Has a little picture of me, Easel Monster. It says, go make some art. Hi, 10 people. You can also buy a little button that says, go make some art. You can buy magnets for your refrigerator. You know, all of the really high-end, finest luxe products that you might find in a monster's house, like refrigerator magnets. You can buy some. I have an example here that I can show you. Refrigerator magnets. You can get, here's one. It says, meekness isn't weakness. Are you meek? I have a whole video about that on you. Anyway, here's the American Gothic ducks. You can get that. I cut these apart. I'll sell you a whole sheet. There's a Viking boat and a duck pooping. Wouldn't that look great on your refrigerator? Think about that. They're also nice as gifts. You know, if you're inclined to give things. Some of you like to give things away. Some of you like to keep hold of things. Here's 3 different magnets. Here's yes, I'm aware, but I don't care. The ducks. And here's Girl with Monster. It was copied off of Picasso. And then, oh, it's shiny. Sorry. And these are some voodoo trees. Anyway, paintbymonster.com. Monster number 4. Let's just leave that there. You know, my favorite monster is Godzilla, but I have to do a Godzilla. So here goes. Something like this. Something like this. I want you to learn to use your imagination. I want you to, hi 10 people, I want you to be thinking about how pictures and symbols and shapes and things like that can not only represent themselves, but also can represent other things. I think this is so important to develop your imagination. How do you see things? What might that be? What else might it be? I mean, this is obviously going to be a dinosaur, a Godzilla, destroying Tokyo, because that's what he always destroys. It's one of my favorite images of all time, Godzilla destroying things. It's amazing. I loved that movie since I was a child. I adore Godzilla. Hello, 9 people. It's so nice to see you. Oh, that could be a little more pronounced. I like these back spinities on Godzilla. I love a guy in a rubber suit destroying things. I just love it. Oh, also, we've got to give him some little Godzilla hands here. Tyrannosaurus hands. We'll come back and, make those a little bit better with pencil when we come back to, oh, gosh, I've darkened Godzilla down tremendously. Well, that's all right. There we go. Gosh, now it looks like he's really threatening. Pig monster. A pig monster. Well, we'll see. This is monster number 4. Monster number 4. And finally, our 5th and final monster today, monster number 5. Ooh, look. Ink already on the paint. Well, let's see. A pig monster. Well, maybe we've already had a pig monster, but let's see. What would a pig monster? Pig monster. Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Pig monster, huh? All right. I don't know if you can hear that music or not. Hi, 8 people. Long time no see. Ian Harrington. Say hi to Dan from England. I will say hi to Dan next time I see him, but meanwhile, Monster Pig, huh? Monster Pig. All right, this will be monster number 5, our final monster today. When we come back to him, will be a monster pig of some kind. Right? You can sort of see where that's got pig monster. Pig monster. All right, let's go back to monster number 1 and see if we can figure out what he is. Some of these are kind of hard, This is not, I don't know. Take a look at that. What? Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Now, all right, we're done with the brush. So, put this away. Take a good look at this monster number 1. What on earth, Jessica Masters, do you think that thing could possibly be? What on earth is that thing? Man. If you have a guess, send me, in the comments, a comment. Tell me what you think that thing might be. I want to know, because I have a monster inquiring mind, and I want to know these things. What do you think that is? Back there. On here. On the screen. It's emu? Carrie Wright says it's an emu. An emu. An ostrich monster, says Ian H. Harrington, which is such a fantastic name, Ian H. Harrington. Hey, by the way, if you are on one of the pages where I share this video to, like the Puppeteers of America page or the Illustrators page or something like that, hey, also, you can go watch like 80-some video. I think maybe there's 70 now. 70 videos of Paint by Monster that have been done in the last few years over on YouTube, all right? I just started live streaming because I just sort of figured that out, and it just seems like a time that I ought to do. Anyway, get back to the monster. What do you think this thing is right here? What on earth? An ostrich monster, somebody said. Magic wand. Oh, that's nice. Magic wand monster. Fairy princess with a magic wand, says Roberta Gardner. Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here today. Fairy princess with a wand. I like that a fairy princess would be a monster to Roberta Gardner. That she equates fairy princess with monster. I adore that. I think we're gonna have to. I don't know. She might just have swayed me. We'll see in a moment. That's not what I saw when I said. Hang on. I'm coming in here. Yes, thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Hi, 8 people. Nice to see you all. All right. Oh, not that. Let's get this. Thank you to my dear friends, the Canes, for the sending Dan those magic markers. All right. Let's get in here. Well, these things sort of look like they could function as eyes to me, these big dark spots. So, you could bring all of this down. That seems like I'm going to do this. You know, I'm trying to make a monster here, so. I think that looks sort of like a monster to me. Maybe one of those old... Hi, 7 people. I like the idea that he has a wand, though. An awful lot. Hi, 7 people. Do you see this monster here? Ugh. I'm not sure exactly what he is or what he... It looks like maybe something you'd see on Star Wars, maybe. You know? I can see something like this maybe sitting in the cantina where Ben Kenobi cut off the hands of... Somebody's always losing a hand in Star Wars. The guy that attacked Luke. Anyway, look at that monster. Monster number 1. It's not a really good... I should have maybe made that a fairy princess. Yes, Cookie Monster is scary. Well, yeah, Cookie Monster is scary. I'm going to let this thing also have sort of a grippy hand over here because that's always really creepy. A bony hand is creepy. Boys and girls, bony hands are creepy. Unless they're on your grandma, and then they're fantastic. Bony grandma hands probably cook you something delicious. So, but monster bony hands, terrifying. Let's give him a black horn back here. Even though you're supposed to connect your darks, I'm gonna break the rules here. Let's do this. We give him some black horns and, how about this? We'll give him some of this. There, how's that? Hey, 6 people. That's scary monster. Monster number 1. Maybe he wears a big medallion here that says 1. I am monster number... Now, see, if we give him symbology, we've already given him some kind of a thing that he's holding here. It looks like it has a screw thread that goes this way. And around here, so... Oh, gosh, I know who this is. It's terrifying. It's the skull of the drill bit people. He's the number 1. He will screw you right up. It's terrifying. Monster number 1 will screw you up. There he is. Hideous. All right. Monster number 2. Let's find out what monster number 2 even is. Oh, I think this one's going to be fun. Monster number 2. Yeah, that's really, really nice. All right, hi 7 people. Nice to have you with me. Monster number 2. That's pretty fantastic on its own, you know? All right, I think this, I'm just going to outline some of this because it's just so obvious that this is... Well, I think he probably has this. Yeah, can't you see that? Right? Hey, 7 people, how you doing? I hope you're having a fine Friday afternoon, or Friday, I guess it's still morning, isn't it? Maybe it's still morning where you are. It's afternoon somewhere. It sort of looks like it might be some kind of a camel creature. Doesn't it? It could be something from an island where that doctor tried to manufacture creatures out of other creatures, and he tried to put, oh, I know, this is like, he tried to put several creatures together. Like he tried to put an elephant foot and a camel body together. And you can see how much the camel is not really into it. You can see it. That's what he got for wishing that he was a different sort of a creature. Probably that's what happened. The camel wished he was something other than a camel, and he got his wish. Be careful. Be careful what you wish for, camels. You might get it. You don't know. Wow. Yeah. That's nice. Okay. He's half elephant, half camel. Hi, 8 people. How you doing? Nice to see all of you. I think maybe we'll let this flip up like this and be a tail. And we don't have to really define what these clouds are coming out of the back of this poor creature number 2, do we? Do we have to really say what's coming out of him? I don't think so. It could be more camel-like if I give him this sort of a nose. Right there, like that. I don't know that I should have done that, but I did it. I don't think I'm going any farther on. I love this. That's right. The Island of Dr. Moreau, says Melissa Blevins Foster, and she's actually right. Absolutely. This is where they put the monster together. I don't think I like that. I think maybe I like this. I was going to think about this being a black nose and see what that was like, and if I liked that. Do I like this? Black nose? If I do that, then I can make this whiskers over here. Like that. Now, this poor animal used to be a camel, but now it seems like a cat-elephant camel. He's just kicking up oh, that's what he's doing. He's kicking up dust. Yeah. Hello, 7 people. Nice to see you. That was monster number 2. Remember, we have 5 monsters to go, boys and girls. 5 monsters to go. I mean, total. So we're 2 down. And we know what the last one is. That last one was Godzilla. We've already seen it. Number 2. Now, monster number 3. Remember monster number 3? Oh, that's right. Oh, his eyes have leaked some. I have always... Yeah. This is just a big face. Why is he a monster? What dropped? The dice dropped on the floor. Why is he a monster? I don't know. Because that's what we're drawing. We'll give him some pierced ears over here because that seems like fun. And he can just go right off the top of the paper like this. And like this. Maybe like some of this. I think these are age spots. Maybe that's his third eye. Maybe he communicates telepathically with this one. And he sees with these. And he smells with this. And he bites you with these little things down here. But in his monster world, they happen to believe in jewelry because he's pierced. So, you know, some monsters, even though they're monsters, they're very fashion forward, very look sensitive, and it's important to them that they look good while they're destroying you or doing whatever they do in their monster world. So monster number 3, there he is. right? Monster number 3. Monster number 4. Well, monster number 4. Come on, surely we know monster number 4. Go to paintbymonster.com. You can buy all kinds of good stuff there. That, merchandise from the show. All right. One of these days, when we're visiting together, perhaps I will break out the watercolor brush and do some watercoloring. And maybe some inking. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just figuring this stuff out, boys and girls. I mean this going live. Oh, yeah. Look at him go. Yesterday, we drew Godzilla having coffee at a French cafe, and that was nice because, Godzilla needs a vacation. And I would go to France, wouldn't you? I love going to a French town to drink coffee. I love the idea of Godzilla going on vacation in a French town to have coffee. Going probably to see some of the museums. I would go to the Louvre if I happened to be Godzilla in Paris. And I think I would ask everyone to please stand clear of the Mona Lisa so I could get a clear look at it. Just get out of the way. And hi, 9 people. Do you need to have buildings over here? Do I need to say buildings? Yeah, sometimes I just stare at Godzilla destroying things, little drawings of that, images of that, and that's what I want to hang on my wall. That's the art I want. I want to have Godzilla destroying things because I love it. I love it. I love it. Big men in rubber suits destroying little buildings. All right, the pig monster. Emily Ruth, Danielle Lakes, the pig monster. The pig monster. Well, he's got... he's going to have some of these kind of teeth. And I like teeth that come out sort of the mouth, like perhaps they haven't grown in exactly straight. And I think he's going to have some of this. Pig monster. You think? Pig monster? Hi, 9 people. Nice to see all of you. Welcome to this Friday morning live stream, Paint by Monster, where me, your host, a monster artist, will sit here and spend a little bit of time with you. Today, once again, we're drawing some monsters. I rolled a dice at the beginning and rolled 5, so I'm drawing 5 monsters. This is monster number 5, and I had a suggestion that this was going to be monster. Oh, tusks, right? Thank you. Surely that has to be what that thing right there is. Thank you for that, tusks, Melissa Foster. Thank you, Melissa Blevins Foster. Do I have to say all the names? All right. Yeah, all right. That's not bad. And maybe, sure. All right. We'll connect this here. All right. Okay, all right. I'm sure it's a hellish oink. Forgive me, boys and girls, for the descriptive language. But I'm sure his oink is not something that you want to hear in the middle of the night. It would be blood-curdling. Ew. No, thank you. All right, we're rounding the corner here on monster number 5. I want some hair raising on the back of him. Would you be willing to sell us your live drawings? I would be willing to sell you live drawings, asks Carrie Wright. Yes, anything you see me make on the show is for sale. Message me in Facebook and I will talk to you about what that looks like, boys and girls. All right, I'm almost. Let's draw his wiggly, squiggly tail. I like a wiggly, squiggly tail. I like a monster that has a cute part. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I want something that redeems the monster. I think Godzilla's cute. Hey, Jordan Julius. Hey, you finally made it. I'm so happy for you. My goodness. After all of this time that you have messaged me and asked me when I was going live. Here is monster number 5. You know, I think maybe if I were looking and watching this show, I would think, I bet that monster has seen the Spider-Verse movie, because there's something about that sort of reminds me of Spider-Pig. That was unintentional, but, you know, perhaps, oh, you know what? We can put another ear back here. Maybe all cartoon pigs have some sort of a similarity to them because they are, after all, pigs. You know, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, 5 monsters. Let's take a look at all of them again together, because that might be fun. Don't forget. Here's just one of the things that you can get on paintbymonster.com. Go make some art buttons. I don't know how much that is on there, but anyway, let's put this right here. Let's make a nice little screen picture for everyone. If I can do that, I don't know. 9 people. Hi, 9 people. It's so nice to have you with me here on a Friday morning. It's almost lunchtime. Monster number 4, of course, was Godzilla, once again, destroying Tokyo. And we adore that, all of us. And monster number 3 was, of course, I don't know what this thing is. I think maybe some kind of a Martian vampire. That's what I think this is. Terrifying. But like I said, a monster that really appreciates fashion because he has pierced himself. You know, pierced ears say that somebody's concerned about how they look to other people. You know, it's a little bit like makeup. You are decorating yourself. So, anyway, he's decorating himself. So there's some kind of culture at work in vampires. Anyway, monster number 2 was this. You know, we're gonna do something. This is unexpected. I had no idea we were going to do this, but we are going to do this. I think that this thing was stronger before it had those whisker sort of marks on there. So I am gonna use something called gouache, boys and girls. Gouache. It looks like this. This is gouache. Hi, 9 people. This is Winsor Newton white gouache. So, here we go. A little bit of white paint right here. The nice thing about this stuff is you can correct your mistakes. So, if I do this, just paint all that right there. Now, I can go back in there and put some eyes in, and you'll never know that all that business was there. So, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to change your own work. You're not done with it yet, you know. If your art was hanging in the museum, here's a question for you. If your art was hanging in the, hang on, I'll look at you when I ask you this question, because maybe that's a good question. Do you think if your art was hanging in the museum that you should still have that you should still be able to walk up and fix your art? Once it's in the museum, do you think you should just, no, you have to leave it alone now. But before, do you think that you should, if it's hanging in the museum, you can just walk up with a loaded brush full of paint and go, you know, I always meant to have that piece right there be green, and go, green, there it is. I bet the museum guard would wrestle you to the ground and put your head right under the concrete. I bet that's what would happen, because man, they don't want you touching the art. They're funny about that. Anyway, let's get back to there we go. All right. Monster number 2 was this Island of Dr. Moreau cat, camel, elephant thing. Not sure what that thing is right there. And finally, monster number 1 was the leader of the Screw You people. Number 1. See, he carries this this big screw on the top of his scepter here, and he has his bony fingers. And these people will put that. See, they throw their spears in a circular fashion like a football. I think Banksy, Carrie writes us, I think Banksy answered the question when he shredded his piece at auction. I'm not sure what that comment probably refers to something. I don't know. Anyway, no monster number one. There it is. The leader of the screw people. Anyway, that's right. What are we doing? Right back here. We also today... Yeah, we looked at Van Gogh's work. My goodness, the sunflower. Oh, here's another one that I just absolutely adore. Hang on. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is irises from 1890. This is about a year before his death, actually. Drill bit monster. Yes, drill bit monster is nice. Thank you, Melissa. I think so too. This thing. This. Okay. And take a look at this. This is more irises. Not you. Go away, you. This. Irises. It's another piece called Irises. This is from 1890. I love the rhythms and the chunkiness of this. Remember, I was talking earlier about, see how well the photographer has gone in here and captured the thickness of the paint here, boys and girls. This is called impasto. Yes, it is timeless. It is. Just go to the museum with me for a minute, would you? For you and I, the experience of seeing the art is all at once. But for the artist who made the piece, every single one of those little pieces of paint was a decision. Every single one of those strokes was placed there, not just accidentally there. And you and I encounter all of this at once. It's part of the dance of being an artist, the going back and forth. That was, by the way, this is grapes, lemons, pears, and apples. This is The Factory from 1887. This is our last Van Gogh piece here today. The Factory, 1887. You know, he painted really a pretty natural palette earlier in his career. Oops, sorry about that. But he visited Paris, and after visiting Paris and meeting Gauguin, and some of the other artists who were in that post-impressionist period, he began to be very influenced to the point where you could see in his later work, his palette got more and more saturated as he began to do more and more colorful pieces. Vincent van Gogh. He died at 37 years old. And he made about 2,100 paintings over the course of his lifetime, which was really, really great. Anyway. What are you going to do with this today on Friday? I got to go to the store later, and I got to probably clean the cat box. Hey, tomorrow I'm going to be here again at 11 o'clock. and I'm pretty sure we'll paint some more monsters, and I think we'll probably visit with my giant cat, Penny the cat. I think he'll be in the studio tomorrow. But I think for today, this live stream is probably time to go. So remember, go to paintbymonster.com and look around, see if there's any stuff you want there, and spend some money. That'd be nice. Also, all the little drawings you see me make on the show, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and continuing, are for sale. Sure, if you want to buy that, message me. In the meantime, everybody, well, here's this. Hit the subscribe button. Oh, leave me a comment in the comment section below, or get really wild and leave 2 comments. For now, I answer everyone back. Also, share the video and tell your friends. And in the meantime, you know what to go do with yourself, right? Go make some art. Make a drawing or a painting. Go make something entertaining. Make some art. Go make some art. Go get your pencils, paints, and papers, plaster, chisels, markers, scrapers, rulers, canvas, brushes, hammers, nails, and tape, guitars and super glue. Get glue and macaroni, cameras, frames, and fried bologna. Go get anything you need for making art. That gnawing feeling deep inside that you can do it isn't lying to you. Get up off your butt and make some art. Paint by Monster is made by one monster sitting in a tiny upstairs bedroom studio smack downtown in Muncie, Indiana. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, go make some art, and see you next time.